From Romans, Illinois, 6'4" guard, my dad, Dwyane Wade.
Looking for contact from Jermaine O'Neal, got a piece of it. Wade, oh, a facial! Yes, and a foul! Wade going right at Anderson Varejao.
Well, at the top of the circle, and they blindsided from the right corner for 2 dunks for Durant.
Oh, Wade, what a play!
Wow.
Oh, wow!
Then gets there. Has Wade for the lob.
Yes!
Oh, boy. Winslow set that up.
And this is where Miami's will has to stay strong. You can't have any give.
Oh, Wade!
No give there. There's an answer.
Out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time, yeah. Been imagining you all in my bed, whoa. Hey, cause you been running round in my head, yeah. Hey, I can't get you out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time.
We've done so many NBA player videos this year. It's been crazy. The support, the enthusiasm, the positivity you guys have showed, I can't thank you guys enough. Now comment right now on the video which NBA player video was your favorite from this year, from 2K19. But today, the man, the myth, the legend, Flash, Dwyane Wade. I don't know why we took this long to do him. Honestly, every single video I do, I see comments about how people want to see Dwyane Wade. Well, here he is, 99 overall. Shot creating slasher, 6'4". Shout out to my boy Bane Vigilante for letting me use his account yet again. I've done a couple players on this build. This build is insane. The badges, the way it performs, the speed, the athleticism, the acrobatic finishes, everything is so good. And it really fits Dwyane Wade. Dwyane Wade was a great pick and roll player, as you can see, pick and roll maestro. He was the one that, he didn't start it, but he kind of perfected it. Splitting the screen when they try to hedge out, he splits the screen, goes in, Euro steps. He was insane, man. Prime Dwyane Wade, we're talking like NBA Finals 2006 Dwyane Wade. Whew, insane, bro. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into this 99 overall Dwyane Wade video. Real quick, I need teammates for NBA 2K20, man. I don't have enough people to run with or to make videos with. So if you're trying to be a part of that, I left my Twitter and my Instagram in the description. Go follow me. Anytime I need teammates, I'm tweeting out or I'm DMing on Instagram. Go follow me for a chance to run. 99 overall, Dwyane Wade. What is there to say about this man? I mean, where do we even start? First of all, in my opinion, he's the 3rd greatest shooting guard of all time. I got Jordan as the greatest shooting guard ever, Kobe as the 2nd greatest, and Dwyane Wade as the 3rd greatest. Some people have different lists. I think, in my opinion, you can't debate those. That's the order of the top 3 shooting guards of all time. For some reason, people tend to forget what Dwyane Wade accomplished before the Big 3 in Miami. First of all, he averaged over 30 points per game one season and won the scoring title. He won a championship. Him and Shaq, you know, it wasn't quite prime Shaq. It was Shaq just past his prime a little bit, you know, when Shaq went to Miami. Dwyane Wade was the best player on that team that won the championship. He averaged 34.7 points per game in the NBA Finals. I'll repeat that. 34.7 points per game in the NBA Finals that they won, and he took home the Finals MVP. Listen, the fact that people tend to forget that, and they just think, you know, Dwyane Wade was this guy that just decided, you know, he'll give up. You know, it was his team in Miami. Obviously, he was the best player. Then Bosh and LeBron came down there, and Dwyane took a step back and he said, you know what, LeBron is the better overall player. I'm going to let him do his thing, and I'll find my role. And we got to give him credit for that. Not many people, as great as Dwyane Wade is, you know, like I said, a guy who won a scoring title, a guy who won a championship and a Finals MVP, to be self-aware enough to realize you got one of the greatest players of all time on your team. Let him take the reins. And you fit in, you know, listen, he was still the 2nd best player on the team. He still did his thing. He still averaged 20-something a game. He was still balling. But not a lot of superstars are willing to take a step back to allow somebody else to be great. And he did that, so we got to give him credit. Now, one of the things that gets overlooked about Dwyane Wade, first of all, you got to realize this man is only 6'4", so he's a relatively small player in terms of NBA standards. If we look at all players 6'4" and under in NBA history, you could argue that Dwyane Wade is the best player ever, 6'4" and under. I know some people say Allen Iverson or whoever they want to say, but you could argue Dwyane Wade is the best player 6'4" and under. One thing that gets overlooked is this man's efficiency. Dwyane Wade is a career 48% shooter from the field. Do you realize how great that is for a player that's 6'4" or under? Most players smaller, 6'4" or smaller, are shooting like 43, 44% career. This man is 48%. Just for perspective, Kobe Bryant is about 45% career shooter. 6'6", same position, 2 inches taller than D Wade. 45%. Dwyane Wade is 48%. That's incredible, man, and nobody talks about that. The dude was efficient, and that's with all no disrespect. He wasn't the best jump shooter either. I mean, career 3-point percentage isn't that great, like 20-something%, which isn't great. But overall, the man's efficiency can't be argued. 48% from the field is great, especially for a guy who's 6'4" and under. Now, the reason I hit up my boy Bane to use the 99 overall shot creating slasher, I've used this build for a couple players, but the reason I did was because, first of all, he was the perfect height, 6'4". But also, Dwyane Wade, he didn't invent the Euro step, but he was one of the people to perfect it. I remember Dwyane Wade in his prime. One play in particular, he Euro stepped Kevin Garnett so badly. And it wasn't like at that moment I realized, wow, like he's great. Obviously, we've seen it before, but it's like Kevin Garnett's one of the greatest rim protectors in NBA history, and Dwyane Wade literally Euro stepped him like into next week. And that's not the only time. I'm just saying that was one time that stands out in my mind about Dwyane Wade. Also, like I was saying before, he's one of the best pick and roll players ever. Dwyane Wade in his prime was so good at coming off the screen, and as the big man tried to hedge a little bit, he would just split it, go down the paint, dunk all over people, finish around the basket. Dwyane Wade in his prime, I don't know if you guys remember this, there was a point he was wearing like hip pads, knee pads, quad pad, like he was all padded up on his legs, on his hips, because he would take so many hits in the paint. He would be falling to the ground, falling on the hardwood, and he needed that padding to protect himself. Otherwise, I mean, you saw what happened towards the end of his career. He was getting banged up, crazy. That was one of the reasons that Miami Heat Big Three kind of split up, because it was like, it wasn't quite the same anymore, because D Wade was like, it looked like he was on his last legs. Then he I think he went to Germany. He did like a little something. I don't know what happened over there, but he came back. He had some more life. He had a couple more years in the NBA. But my point is, he was just taking a beating, constantly hitting the floor, going in there amongst the trees as, a smaller player. 6'4" is kind of small by NBA standards, but he was going in there. He was dunking out people, finishing around the basket, taking the contact. He really was doing it all. But check this out. NBA 2K20 Community Day is today, actually. I'm recording this, so technically it's tomorrow for me right now, but you guys are watching this video today. Community Day is today, probably going on right now as you're watching this video. Now, I was not invited, for those of you that are wondering, and I'm not entitled to anything. They don't have to invite me, but I'm still doing my thing. Don't worry, we're still grinding. 2K20, don't you guys worry. We will be here, and we'll be better than ever. But my point is, tomorrow, or today, my fault, is Community Day. So we should be getting a lot of, I don't know if it's called leaked news. I don't know if the YouTubers that are there are allowed to leak it or whatever, but there's a lot of YouTubers there, and they're going to be coming out they're going to be posting videos about a bunch of news that they're going to be hearing and seeing, and that they get to test the game and all that type of stuff. So my first point is, it's exciting because, like I said, we're going to get to, hear about a lot of new stuff. But I also want to warn you, just be careful, okay? Because we've had some times in the past 2Ks where people who went to Community Day came back saying one thing, and then when you bought the game, it was something else. Listen, I'm not saying anyone intentionally lied to you, but what I will say is, you got to remember, someone's opinion is through their eyes, and not everybody sees things the same way, okay? So take everything with a grain of salt. Obviously get excited for the news, but make sure, be patient and don't start assuming stuff just because one person said it. Remember, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Some people might say it's great. Some people might say it's trash. Whatever they say, that's their opinion. That's coming through their eyes. Give yourself a chance to not only see it, but to play it, play the demo and see how you guys like it before you start jumping to conclusions, and then you're getting mad at somebody because you're saying they lied to you. And listen, it's their opinion at the end of the day. All right. But NBA 2K20 community day, about to hear a bunch of new stuff. 99 overall Dwyane Wade. This is probably the last NBA player video I'm gonna do for 2K19, man. So if you want to see all the players I've done, I got a 2K19 NBA player playlist. I always hear people saying, do this player, do that player. I'm like, I already did them. Go check out the playlist and check it out, man. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. This NBA 2K20 grind is gonna be something serious. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.